guys. Let's go. Thanks to Gauss for the sub. Yeah, I'm really excited. Today is day one of the GB Hidden Cup 2 main event. The coverage of the action will be brought to you. And all of the round of 16 games, well, the round of 16 has been played and some may or may not be continuing. But what I can say is that we're ready to start casting. And yeah, I really am looking forward to this. Hey Mel, hey Dave, hey Tarzis, nice to see you. And hello Paradox. I'll be joined today by Paradox. Is this smidge loud? Okay, thank you. How's that? Is that better? Hey Mole, thank you very much. It's a little bit loud. Okie doke. And yeah, we'll be read the levels. Bruv, I can't read the levels. How's that? Is that better? Okay, how's that? Hopefully that's a wee bit more. Even more than that. That's good. Okay. Perfect. So, in fact, actually, let's see. Oh yeah, Paradox is here, so I will say hello to you, Paradox, and
it is good to be the king.
See if you want to go through the Wikipedia with me, just as a bit of a warm-up to the action. Thanks, Vanji, for the sub. Hey, Dan. Yeah, Paradox, how are you doing?
Wikipedia, my man.
Are you looking forward to the action as well?
Sure. It's been nearly a year since I've had GB Hidden Cup.
That's
so
right.
Much has happened.
Yeah, and this really is kind of well, it's not too far away from the top 16 UK players, right? Like the standard is so high of this tournament.
There's probably only a couple missing, right? And I can think of one in particular is probably a good reason he's not there. But like Draconian, I think he's number one in lads at the moment, but not really someone seen about. So like nearly everyone, it's kind of like involved in the UK scene is participating. It's nice to have Valus involved. So obviously, you can't participate in Microsoft sponsored events, so let's see what you can do here.
And this is the thing with Hidden Cup, right? The very first set we have is Adele versus Brum, and that could be, Stake versus Hallis, Darvoy versus Hallis.
Just Brum to me,
Just Brum. So
just zooming about.
Brum's got a lot of support from the neutrals, I've heard. As someone who's tipped to go far.
Brum should tip to go fast. Brum is someone that should really be like the housewife's favourite, the neutrals' favourite, and he's gonna have a lot of supporters. He has a class act.
Yeah.
No one ever has anything bad to say about Brum, even if he does something silly. It's like, oh, Brum.
Yeah.
Then it's forgotten about.
Exactly. He's lovable. Is Adele going to be singing from the other side? Ooh.
Maybe. I was going to say, I think Brum's maybe the most lovable. Is Brum the most lovable alias we have?
Jess the cat is surely quite lovable.
Yeah, I guess like Jess the cat is like a cat though, but I know Brum's technically a car, but you kind of love him like a little brother. You know what I mean? It's like a deeper family love. Whereas Jess is just a cat.
Yeah. And then we have a very interesting James Corden versus Liam Gallagher matchup on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Oh god. I mean, oof. That's matchup 3 in the bracket if you scroll down a little bit. That's probably the bracket of the... Sorry, that's probably the matchup of the bracket. It's the 2 villains, right? It's... When I'm looking at it, it's got to be.
We're going to lose the villain early on.
I hope it's James.
Yeah. I think James is definitely the least likable of the 2.
It better be Gordon, honestly. Get him out.
But yeah, I mean, I've not been able to keep up with all of the chatter on the Discord. But, you know, the qualifiers ended a fair while ago, a couple weeks ago, right? And now there was a bit of downtime where people were setting up their accounts and playing their round of 16 games. So I'm sure some of the players will have had the chance to form some opinions about who's who, but obviously without seeing the actual games, it's hard to definitively say one way or the other. But reading the meta of the Discord, I think, has come into play.
I think it was Dave that said earlier on today. So like the Discord stuff, I didn't really take too much of it into account. But Dave said that Cats was the one that was doing the most chicken hmms like last year.
Oh yeah.
Which to me is like hilarious because Cats isn't someone that's like chatting all the time. But
no,
you must be there, watching. Just trying to work out a good tactic to try and deceive people.
Yeah. I think it's definitely trying to. Also, because Darvoy is the notorious reactor, right? It can be quite advantageous to you, I suppose, to pretend to be such a strong player.
It's not easy to pretend to be that good at reacts.
No.
That's Darvoy's got a strong react game, and it's not easy to pull that off.
Well,
only a high APM player could do that.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing, the APM as well. That's going to be something which is studied with great attention, I'm sure, by the players. But I don't know about you, Paradox. I'm very excited to just get into the action.
I know, me too. But
we have a little surprise. We have a little something to do first. So let's see what that looks like.
I'm Hermione Granger. And you are?
I'm Danny Dyer. Playing hard men and acting tough has been my bread and butter. But now I've got a new role. I'm going to be tracking down some of the most feared men in the country.
No, I've always thought I was godlike, from the day I was fucking born.
Well, I've never heard of you.
I'll be up to my nuts in some guts.
I didn't even know he was here. I didn't know he was here. I don't know where he is.
Fuck up. Get out!
Everybody just fucking calm down.
Oh, listen, don't mention the war. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it all right.
You know, come on.
Challenge. Begin. What have I got myself into?
I'm fucking shitting myself.
Well, there we go. That the gal has done a really amazing job making that video, and I hope that has whetted everyone's appetite as we begin our first set of the tournament.
Wetted that? Huh?
Well, there's an H
Is that
in
a
there.
thing?
There's an H in there.
Wetting appetite. Is it not? Do you mean wetting your whistle?
Nope. There's an H in there. Google it. Anyway.
That's not a thing.
It is.
That's not a phrase. You just made that up.
Adele versus Brum is our first set, and the draft is up now. I'm already interested in the draft very much because of game 1, Amazon Tunnel. What do you think about that, Paradox?
I mean, Tunnel's always going to be fun as a game 1 map, but I want to know if, like, Land Madness, Arabian Chaos, but who could that potentially be? And I have some like ideas already.
Yes.
Who would that scream for you?
Savoy?
Yeah,
Stage?
it's actually probably not the person I was thinking of though.
Oh, who are you thinking?
I was thinking of Ted.
Ted? Ooh, Ted.
That looks
Is
like
Ted
a
a
very
Chaos Fit
Ted
guy?
map. He is a land map guy, and it's like the last option there, right?
I guess so.
And he
Banning
has-
migration and islands, right?
Mm-hmm. And he doesn't like water maps. And he did play Tunnel in qualifiers, and he did last time as well. So to me, that screams Ted. Not water, like full land. Happy to play on Tunnel. Avoiding the closed maps as well. That's what Adele screams to me.
Okay. Brum's a bit more of a
bit more eclectic.
grounded. Oh well, yeah. Isn't afraid to play a variety of styles. Neon, Fortress, and Cup. 3 very different maps. But here's the thing, Paradox. Adele has sniped Neon.
Yeah, I mean, Neon is like it's like the newbie of the group, right? It's a more. I guess if you've not played it, you might be a little bit more inexperienced and scared of it, which I think makes sense for players to like just get rid of it. You don't want to get caught off guard.
Okay.
We don't know how much like people have prepped, you know. I'm not too sure about it, and how players will approach Neon. But I can see reasons why a land player would still want to snipe that map.
Yeah, that's probably fair enough. It means that they've got to play Regicide Fortress, of course, which is, well,
it's a well-known map, right? And then Cup as well. Even it gets used a lot in like war tournaments, and it's you know what you're going to get with Cup. It's fixed position. It's pretty much going to be a very similar map every time. I think it makes some sense.
Yeah,
But-
and Cup was a game 1 map in many of the qualifier sets for that reason, I think, because it's a kind of neutral ground. It's nobody's favourite map, probably, but people know how to sort of approach it, I think, and get along. Hey, Waffles, good to see you. Joined just in time, and then should we move on to the Civs then, Paradox? I see a variety of Civs for Adele. Bohemian's first pick.
Tunnel, surely no.
The Tunnel?
I mean, it's got to be that or Fortress, but I would say. I think I still prefer Tunnel for Bohemians.
Who was it that.
But,
was it Richard that went Spanish on Tunnel?
I think so. That's ringing a bell.
Could be a Richard draft.
I do know that some players in the tournament like to pick Bohemians on Fortress. No, Dave Hunt did pick him against Gibbeton.
Ooh.
TTL.
Okay. And then the closeout of Adele's draft is fairly Route 1. Franks, Slavs, Poles. You know, I think they can be used on Chaos Pit, Land Madness. You know, they'll be fine there.
I think the super interesting thing is you got the first 2 picks for Adele, and they've prioritized the opponent's map. So the game 1, like Spanish or Bohemians, has got to be Fortress and Tunnel. Italians is probably going to be on Cup. So for Adele's home maps, you're talking Franks, Slavs, and Poles, and it's not exactly picks that were actually prioritized by Adele. So maybe feels extremely comfortable in them, and wanted to prioritize the opponent's maps straight from the get-go. Whereas if you look at Brum's, Cuman's number 1 for me, screams at RF.
Yep.
Turks.
Tunnel.
Completely different draft strategy.
Yeah.
In terms of like prioritizing sibs for what maps and who they belong to.
We're going to see the Chinese on Land Madness.
It's a good question. It'd be that or Gajara's. I would think so, right?
Mm-hmm.
There wouldn't be a lot of people who would play Chinese on Land Madness, but we know from last year there's a couple of them.
It's a couple, yeah, it's definitely a couple. Oh, okay. Well,
where would Koreans go?
Yeah,
I'm a little confused with that pick.
They're kind of flexible, right? I feel like they're not the best. Koreans is Cup, says Dave. Ooh, Koreans on Cup. Thing is, you've got Dravidians though.
Yeah,
right?
You've got Dravidians already. So is
Koreans
it
on
Chaos Pit for Towers? Or do you play Chinese on Chaos Pit? I would love to see that.
The thing
we did see. Sorry, we did see Koreans from Toadie on Cup.
Oh, did we? Oh, that could be a tell.
If you remember that.
Who was Toadie against?
I think that was the one against Pete.
Ah, yes. Yes.
We ended up spamming like 50 towers in his base, and Pete was still alive for some reason. That was the night that everyone was like extremely toxic and wouldn't resign. Good guy was the other one. I just, if we're gonna drop some names in there, I might as well name both of them, not just the one, you know?
Yeah, good guy. Held on for as long as he could there. And then a bit longer than that.
A little bit more.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can speculate till the cows come home, but I guess we should probably find out, right? Jump into the game.
Yeah, why not? I am paused at 10 seconds.
Alright, I will catch us up to that.
And then you can give me a little countdown.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are then. Game 1 of the first best of 5 of the GB Hidden Cup 2 main event. Round of 16. All games in this bracket are single elimination, so one of these players will progress, and the other will have no further involvement. Adele versus Brum, and it's Spanish for Adele against Brum, who is playing as the Turks. Paradox, what are your thoughts on that? Obviously, we've picked out Bohemians as the Bohemians were first pick, and Adele's higher seed. So first pick in the entire draft was Bohemians, and that must now be for Regicide Fortress, not Amazon Tunnel.
Got to be. It's got to be right. So first 2 Sevs off the board, Bohemians and Spanish. Picking for the game 1 map, the opponent's home map. So big prioritization there in the draft, and the first talking point for me is we have color blue.
Yeah.
Color yellow.
Yeah. Is there any yellow pickers? I don't know. No many. I feel like Ted likes yellow, but he's was earmarked for Adele. Hey Cappy, thanks for the sub.
That's what I was thinking. Does Cappy not like yellow? Or am I just like too used to seeing Cappy in pocket like all the time?
I don't know if Cappy has a particular affinity for yellow. We'll have to see how. I mean, the other thing is maybe they're going to change color every game just to throw people off the scent. So we'll see if they stick with yellow. In terms of the actual matchup itself, Spanish versus Turks here. Spanish could be quite tricky with an early conk push.
Yeah, if they get the forward walls down with like a drush, could be pretty troublesome. Just trying to look at the gap here. Obviously, it's a really small little entrance, nice and tight. And going into Brum space, actually has quite a nice defensive hill you could put a castle on the top of, which would be nice. If they are going to get pushed with traps and whatnot.
Yep.
Adele's is a lot more flat on the other side. That hill to the left-hand side is a little bit far away, but all the res is forward from Adele. Well, a lot of the gold and the stone is forward. It does have some in the back, but not enough to sustain you for too long.
No signs of any early shenanigans really from either player. Very similar build orders. 3 on wood from both. And now a mill placed for Adele, but here we go. The difference now is making itself apparent. Brum has gone for the barracks. So we'll see a drush from the Turks, actually, which Adele might scout.
I think so. Coming up on the hill now,
Perfect.
Should get it a little look. And sees it. So there's a 15 pop. Around 15 pop, the barracks getting built. Kind of tells me that Brum knows what they're doing. This is a comfortable map for them.
Obviously, we had the tunnel draft tournament, which was a pretty good, like, high-level play on Amazon Tunnel, and really kind of figuring out the meta for that. It did seem to be that the prioritization of early pressure, that whoever got forward first with their drush and could get some forward walls up, really did seem to kind of come out ahead more times than not. So Brum clearly going for that. I think Adele's theory or hope is that if she can just get up to the castle age and get some conks coming out, that's all she needs to do. And I guess with these really tight tunnels that you have on 1v1 tunnel, I guess that's a bit more viable than on the 4v4 team game maps, but it's a bit of a risk, isn't it?
And we can see the total difference in approach here. So we see Adele just went forward to some Vels, so he's going to wall that off. Going to give up some relics in the meantime. And then Brum waited to click up and then he's added 2 militia. So we've got a little bit of a French Drush situation going on. Oh, there's the third one. The third one is coming.
Third one's coming in 5 Vils forward as well. So
and 5 Vils. 5 Vils that's a big reaction, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think that's Brum realizing that if Adele does get what she wants and just goes up to Castle Age quite cheaply behind this, it will be pretty bad news because of that threat of conks. So Brum isn't gonna waste any resources knowing what if. He's really gonna drive home the advantage right now, and well, it's gonna be a bit tough because Speedblade is on the way.
Should
and
be
here comes
tower.
Speedblade.
Instant tower? Yeah, instant tower on the wall. And there's only 2 Vils forward.
Man at arms teched as well.
Yeah, yep. Man at arms also teched for Adele. It's just behind in the militia. It's only 60% there. Tower on the back.
I think this is a bit of an underreaction from Adele. She's pulling more Vils now. The Spanish builders work a bit faster, but there's no way this tower goes up, right? Or if it does, it's going to go straight back down.
Yeah, as in range, the villager is safe for the meantime. Of course, with Spanish, it is going to go up a little bit faster. Now, even if you get kicked off of this position with the stone and the extra gold there, could be bad in the long term, but...
Ooh.
Okay,
well,
walls
actually...
deleted.
Okay, the scout dies very quickly there. A little bit of a lots of focus, but the 4th man-at-arm is a crucial addition from Adele, and that really might do some work in this fight. Dancing underneath the tower. Actually, the Turk tower is going very low on the health bar, and Brum now jumps out to repair. I think this tower... Oh, God. It's very close to call, actually. Brum has thrown Adele off of her pace, but yeah, Adele with a really good defense there, actually, in a very awkward situation. That wasn't what she was aiming for, I think, but did well to repel that.
Had a big advantage of getting underneath the tower, and then that just means your tower can chip in with some arrow damage, you know? And as long as you can just stay underneath the tower vision. But still 2 man-at-arms alive, only 1 now for Adele. Second, and added another one. How is the Vil micro? That's what I want to know. The weak Vil from Adele's getting sent back in.
Oh, the Brum is doing a really good job with the Vil micro. Pulling away the weak ones, targeting Adele's weak Vils. And it looks like Brum's actually added some more man-at-arms behind, and Adele's lost focus slightly of these villagers. I think she has to run away. Another Vil goes down, 2-0 on the Eco KD. And the man-at-arms can't even find 1 yellow villager. Oh my goodness me. Brum did a great job there. Actually has a bit of idle TC time, so it's only even in Vils. But yeah, great job, and the Stonewall's behind. So this game is going to go to Castle Age after those early theatrics. But yeah, I think both players really showing that they've got some plans on this map, and pretty nervy opening, right? This is, remember, of course, these players had no idea who each other are, so just feeling each other out a bit and seeing what they can get done against each other here.
Some nice micro from Brum there with the man-at-arm. Is gonna lose it eventually. Adele did add another one. Adele adding some equal upgrades now. Now gonna go for the forward walls.
Yeah, forward walls make sense, I suppose.
I mean, when you have the position, you might as well get them up, right?
You might as well. You might as well.
And we got double equal upgrades in now from Adele. They ended up getting horse collar first, but I think quite a few of the farms were already placed. We can see double bit axe only just coming in for Brum now. So
and no horse collar. So the economy way better for Spanish, I think.
Yeah, I wonder how much you commit to like a feudal boom to then just go for like a faster imp, or if they're gonna rush up the Castle Age, both of them.
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry.
I'm wondering if either player is going to commit to like a longer feudal and just go for like a feudal boom into like a faster imp, or if they're both going to try and rush the Castle Age.
What's the benefit of the faster imp? I guess if you're Spanish, what's the benefit of that? It would have to be Turks, right, doing that?
I mean, for Turks to just get instant bobbard cannon would be pretty nice.
Yeah. I can see Turks doing that. I feel like the Spanish are going to want to get up and get rolling, because they can really... Yeah, the other thing is, right, if you're Turks trying to go for that strategy, I feel like Adele has to try and punish that by going for the fast castle and getting conks and siege and, you know, some monks, and not letting the other player just freely boom to imp with a longer feudal into fast imp, right? So I feel like Adele's going to be going fast castle no matter what. Yeah, and has 4 goals on stone as well.
Getting the blacksmith coming up. So we should be trying to get up to castle pretty soon, using the market.
Castle on the way.
Brum just waiting on the market themselves. Only 1 villager on it at the moment.
Yeah, the blacksmith's
going to be second to the prices.
Well. Yeah, second to the price at the market. And has the resources now, just finishing up the blacksmith. Both players on stone. Adele with 7 on stone to Brum's 5, but Brum does have far more stone in the bank. And Castle Age on the way now as well, so roughly 40 seconds of time difference between the 2 players. Still no horse collar for Brum, which I assume will be clicked on the way up there.
Coming in now.
Color right now. Yep. And Adele getting both mining upgrades as Spanish. Gets you a nice 20 gold boost for doing so. And I think we'll see Adele try and place a castle I assume, right forward on next to her outpost and try and push into Brum's space. So I think with Brum, a defensive castle will be in order here.
Yeah, and committing on to the eco upgrades, you're going to assume that Adele is going to be going aggro here. So they can get a castle up, they can shoot down the walls pretty quickly. Likely just get a monastery in behind it. And the villagers are coming already.
Yeah.
And only sent in 5. It is Spanish, of course. There's no army out on the field, so there's no risk of anything really happening. Are we going to go straight onto the walls, or we're just going to use this little hill here as well?
Let's see. Looks like the hill might be the spot. There we go, yeah. The hill would be the spot. And the Brum obviously can't see this with the vision from the walls, but I doubt it will be a massive shock to Brum to see the castle come up. And Brum's got some builds of his own.
Adele couldn't need to research Fletcher to even hit the wall.
Yeah, I don't think this castle does range the wall, right?
Okay, there's a defensive castle for Brum. Or maybe like Adele wants to hide it and like P-tard in like quickly would be my other thinking. And like not want to alert them with the arrows shooting the walls, even though the walls do go down pretty fast. So maybe want to take more of a sneaky approach.
Yeah, I
But,
can definitely
the
see
castle's
that.
going to be there.
Oh god, this is
Brum's
an
gonna
Atom
click it.
monastery. Oh my god, yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to draw attention to the monastery from Adele, right at the back of her base. So she's gonna pick up the.
Oh my god,
it's
Aten. It's actually Aten.
Aten confirmed.
It's actually Aten. Either it's either Aten or some. This is Aten or someone saw that set.
Yeah, Adele might be having a little giggle with that monastery placement. Because that is horrendous, I think. Like, why would you build it there? But never mind.
But the maps weren't Aten maps.
Yeah, no, the maps weren't Aten maps. So
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah. It doesn't really make much sense. The imp's on the way. And actually some Janissaries are in the castle. Adele's got to be a little bit careful here, and she's saving up for imp herself. You can see that actually, despite the slight... Brum's had a slightly larger economy for most of the game, but those eco upgrades have really made a difference, and you can see actually the res collected, which I guess must be a new feature for Capture Age that I can tell. Slightly in Adele's favour, so... But there's really not much in it, and yeah, she's going to click up to imp now as well, but we've got Siege Workshop, which can make bombard cannons straight away, and a castle, so... Adele's
just
castle
so far
might be
behind
chopped
though.
down.
So far behind. Like 2 minutes, and you're talking chemistry as well for Adele if they want to get to their own BBC. I'm gonna assume it's just gonna be more of a monk reaction, right? And you're still gonna have to get like redemption and block print to try and convert the BBC.
The other thing is,
It's like
Adele's castle doesn't actually protect the throat of the tunnel. Brum can run these Janissaries round, and may well choose to do so because Adele's rushing up some gates at the back there to protect the entrance to her own base, but you know, it's actually not going to be... I mean, these stone walls are not going to provide too much protection for bombard cannons and Janissaries running through and sniping all the vills, so Adele's got to have an answer to this coming up very quickly. I think that imp tank will be quite scary for her. Inquisition, oh my god. Inquisition Sanctity, okay. This is the kind of player we're dealing with here. This is the style of play we're going for here.
Oh god. So we're gonna get donks. I think we're gonna get conks, but I'm fine with just donks.
Yeah, donks are fine. Donks are fine. Castle is gonna be trebbed down. 40 seconds away. Repair vills are sent now. There's only 50 wood, 50 stone in the bank, so you have to buy a bit more. Sure.
And gonna need redemption as well, so maybe thinking twice about it. Does buy 100 stone now.
Oh god, okay.
Monk's still being queued.
Further. You definitely need redemption, so...
One bomber cannon, one shreb. Cancel. Oh, 100% we need redemption.
Yeah. Adele has gone to stone now with 4 villagers, but this is a bit late because the stone bank is run dry, so these bills repairing again. But it is just a matter of time. Block printing, illumination, okay. Still not the big one though. They're going to be able to convert the Janissaries.
Unless they're going to try and use the Janissaries to then kill the BBC. Okay, there's redemption now, okay.
Yeah, there's redemption, yeah. And what can Brum see? Brum sees the second monastery and lots of monks standing there, so he'll know what the plan is, I suppose. Castle will fall in the next couple of shots for sure. Conversions locked in there. Pretty quick conversions. Coming through. Redemption in now as well. And the bombard cannon is just put to the back of the army.
Spanish bells are doing work, man.
They're really doing a great job, actually. Wow. I thought this castle was long dead, but no. Okay, they run out of stone, and it's going to have to fall now.
The stone is gone.
Does Brum feel confident enough, though, to push in? Oh, Hussars. Okay, here we go. Hussars.
They've added Hussar in as well, so already thinking ahead. Do you know the last time I can remember someone playing Amazon Tunnel with Turks like this was their boy.
Ooh. I can see
I'm trying to think what color he was that game.
I can definitely see it. I mean, it's very foolhardy to pick Blam Madness, Chaos Bit and stuff into the voicing. Oh my god, those conversions are quick. The Inquisition conversions on the Hussar.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, I did not realize the Inquisition popped off that hard, to be honest. Adele has actually found herself in a very good spot because Brum's very nervous to push here.
Yeah, Brum was even sending bells. Yeah, Brum was even sending bells to get another castle up, and was like, nope. Lost those Hussar. And it's just going to give Adele even more time to get more monks up. Like, so here's 10 on the field. More monasteries coming. I'd love to see. I kind of love to see the relics get moved back in the meantime, because we do have 3 of them forward.
Yeah, true. Oh my god. Okay, wheelbarrow coming in now for Brum, who I think is just sort of clocking onto the fact that this game is going to last a bit longer than they were hoping initially. Adele has enough stone nearly for another castle. You could see one of those, but I think it'll have to be more defensive.
Kind of surprised why. Yeah, I don't. Why is Brum not added more trebs?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Like what's the risk of having trebs here? Or adding more, should I say?
Yeah, they can't get converted, right? So you don't have to worry about that. There's a lot of monks on the field now. But this is it.
Like you can just keep chipping away on the buildings. There's like minimal risk there. You're probably gonna want them in the end anyway. Maybe more concerned about dropping farms. I mean, Brum is 3 TCs now.
Brum is 3 TCs. Adele's just on the 1. So that vill count is only, I mean, we're 34 minutes in. 50 to 60 vills is the vill count. So that kind of paints a picture of how the game is panning out so far. I think Brum is realizing that, I mean, obviously Turk's Imperial Age is extremely strong. And I think Brum isn't afraid to just let it pan out that way and the game go for a bit longer. But at the same time, if your opponent has an army of now 20 monks, 21 monks, and more coming from 3 monasteries, do you really want to wait too long? Because it looks like those Inquisition monks are a real nuisance for Adele, and these, how many Hussars we got? 10 Hussars? That's just not going to cut it against this many monks.
I mean, surely, like, Brum is the one that can afford to be patient here. Like, knowing they're on 4 TCs.
Yeah.
You gotta know you're ahead, like, an eco now with the score difference. Like, keep in mind that Adele's got the relics. and still like 1,000 score ahead.
Oh boy.
But Johnny's going.
God, that was close. And I can tell the Spanish player here is a real monk connoisseur, because those conversions were control group conversions. They were really, really fast. So, yeah, this is a monk enjoyer for sure.
And honestly, Brum is just giving me like, this is proper their void vibes from GBHC1.
Really, with Turks on Tunnel.
Just the way it's being played as well.
But it's very, very slow and patient. Inscription on the way. Still, Adele without any real army. Two Trebs. Okay, Trebs 3 and 4 are in the queue now as well. And with the trebuchet set up, that will make Brum just have to come out of their shell a little bit, because they don't want to lose their castle. Adele, oh my god, that castle is way too far forward. Adele!
Adele.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah. What? Okay, goes for it again. I mean, it's not going to die instantly, but this is kind of suicidal, I think.
I think Adele's trying to force Brum to get out. They're trying to force a reaction here. And they've got 25 monks ready.
Okay, there's 15 Hussar. Is that enough? Is that enough? Maybe not. Here come the conversions. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Hussar get scared.
Locked.
Hussar is scared.
Absolutely locked on. Get the bomber cannon.
Oh,
Gotta repair the castle.
Oh my god.
Monks are going forward.
Oh my god.
Has 3 trebs of their own now. No bomber cannons on the field from Brum.
I think Brum was going to lose his castle.
Well, Brum's isn't on a hill. Yeah.
Yeah, but the castle is really going down, and 25 monks and a 4th treb, 5th treb as well. The trebs
More
roll
villagers
up and they're
forward.
gonna move back. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the high level game, Paradox.
Oh, it certainly is. And with supremacy, those villagers. That's going to be an army before you know it, and then picks up the relic. Here we go.
Oh no! And now Stonewall.
Faith coming in for Brum.
Okay. Okay. Well, Faith.
Okay.
I mean, necessary.
Adele's
upgrade,
taking
I
no
suppose.
risks.
Oh. Okay. Well, it's 97 bills to 64. So that is what's going in Brum's favor, and I feel like Brum needs more stables, man. Just, you really got, if you're going to go for Hussar, you really need to have a lot of Hussar. 22 is still fewer than the monks on the field. You know, you need to really get those numbers up.
And just saving for Faith does... I mean, Faith is like one of the most... Is it one of the most or the most expensive tech in the game? It's like 1700... It's like nearly 1,800 resources, so that's a lot of food down the drain. You can see the food count is going up now. We've got 105 villagers versus 67. How many stables? 4, okay.
Yeah, 4 stables.
It's very nervous.
It's very, very nervous. And this is a lot of trebuchets. But I feel like Adele could have pushed the issue a bit more. Okay, now pikemen coming in. Here we go. So Adele is going to actually have some protection for those monks. It's going to be a Pal Treb monk push for Adele, with some supremacy vills thrown in for good measure, I think, as well.
I don't think there's supremacy yet, but I mean, it should be. Come on.
Here's heresy. Okay, so
should be a given.
Yeah, Brum has got the full sort of comp now. Faith and heresy. Is that going to be enough? Has to run away from these monks because they're stonewalled in, so can't actually get anything done there. What are we watching here?
40 Hussar. And surely Brum is like seeing that there's no pikemen yet, or is like Brum worried that there's like 20 pikemen hiding behind that castle, or even worse, 20 halbs. I wonder if Adele even wants to show it.
Well, yeah, so the thing is for Brum that I think he wants to dive. He just literally can't because of the stone walls, which is actually a genius play from Adele. I was thinking, oh, you know, you should just go push forward, but actually now it's gotten to a stage where Adele does just want to turtle up a bit. She's actually got some TCs up for her own. 3 TCs
Yeah,
for
I
her.
did 2 more.
And now just has to wait for the halves to come in.
Still the best part of 40 villagers behind.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot.
Hand cannons for Brum, who I think recognises the halves are on the field. Probably just spotted a couple in the fog of war there, so that will obviously do very well against the halves, but it still doesn't really matter because the halves will stop the hussar killing the monks and the trebs if the hussar run and dive. Obviously, in a straight up, if the halves march forward into the hand cannons, then it's going to be hideous. But as long as Adele's monks and trebs are protected by the halberdiers, the hussar shouldn't be too big of a threat.
Yeah, let's see. It's big army numbers for both now, isn't it? And Brum is pop
Really
capped.
big. Yeah, Brum's top cap. Adele's at 140, so I feel like Brum's got to, you know, push the button at some point, right, and just have a go. He's got heresy, right? So you don't have to worry too much about your hussar turning on you and killing everything. But I understand the nerves here because there's a lot of halves there, and the hussar and the monks are just laser focused. As soon as they run forward, and some hand cannons now might be converted. Oh my god, it's a dancing with death here. Cavalier tech by Adele.
Okay. Adele is also going for some walls behind the trees, because Brum in theory could treb cut, right? There's a couple of tiles to the left-hand side too, but they're not going to be going on, because of course it's Turks. But Adele's just very happy just to delay in the meantime.
Look at these trebs. Oh my god, here they come, Hussar. Are they going to run through that gap? There's no Vil there. There's no Vil. The Hussar
can't get through.
Charge through. They're stuck. The Hussar is stuck. Oh my god, what are we doing here, Hussar? You gotta get through or come out. Don't stay in there. The hand cannon's being converted from behind. This is a massacre in here. I'm not quite sure how much damage the Hussar are doing.
I don't quite know what to say about this wall.
No, I think a lot of monks died. We've got only 4 monks on the field, and the halves now are pouring through this tiny hole in the wall. Meanwhile, there's about 7 trebs for Adele versus 6 from Brum taking pot shots at each other. And still, this hole's actually being re-walled by the Spanish villagers, and halves coming from 7 barracks now behind us. What is going on here? Treb's getting repaired.
Look at the army spam from Brum. 2k gold in the bank.
Yeah.
The hand cannons are coming. Need to see the trebs targeted onto the castle now.
Yep.
And
That's
surely
exactly what they're doing. Yeah.
And that's going to go down fast. There's just... how many trebs? 8 trebs from Brum, so they're actually not too far off, like one-shotting it. If you get more trebs than the castle with normal HP would just get one-shotted.
Yeah, this is really bad news for Adele because her army composition right now is almost entirely halberdiers. The monks have died off mostly, so it's pretty much just halves. And there's 32 hand cannons for Turks who have no fear from the halves. But actually, having said that, Brum is just walking back a step, and this is a chance for the Spanish Vils to run in and do their business, and there's the stone wall back up, so maybe Adele bought herself some more time.
Oh, Brum, you gotta cut the trees.
Yeah, I think a treb cut on the trees has to happen. Just get those Hussar in and get them running around. Well, looks like the wall might die anyway. 8 trebs is too much.
Yeah, I think you gotta target like one of them or 2 of them in the trees, like on either side, you know. But we are in. We are back again.
Monks have to get their micro on straight away. Obviously, the heresy and faith on these Hussar. It's just gonna be an absolute bloodbath on the monks, and the trebs sheepishly run back through that gate. The Hussar can't follow them, they do die to the house.
Look at Brum's trebs. Traffic. That is a city skylines traffic jam.
Oh my god. Please go through the hole there. Brum. Oh my god. Meanwhile, Adele's taking Cavalier Throne. She's equal at the build numbers.
Yeah, just about. But big discrepancy in army now, -50, which is not ideal, especially when you're the one that's losing momentum in the game. But the Trebs are looking for some hits on the hand cannons and getting a couple of connections there. And while all that was going on, well, we still get 4 of these relics forward. So we had this monastery at home, and all that time we had forward pressure. They've not even moved backwards.
Yeah, like realistically, was there actually that much happening? I think Adele could have found the APM to bring them back, and it would make it. It's a big deal, right? It's 3,600 relic gold Adele has this game, and if she's going in for the long haul, it could easily double by the end. But with 4 relics forward, you're going to lose out on a big chunk of that income, which is going to be a big deal. Brum obviously has a huge resource bank, and on this version of Amazon Tunnel, there's quite a lot of gold at home. So it's not a super big deal, but it's having that gold trickle is really nice. And Adele has kind of lost it now. The Trebs are also propping up the gate.
Even got enough for 2 more castles to come forward with.
Yeah.
Adele's stone count is basically done. And the game's really starting to turn now.
Yeah, definitely. I thought Adele was looking pretty promising
10
at
army.
one point.
Less than 10.
Yeah, like, and that is bad news. The halbs are coming out of these barracks at a high rate, but as soon as they pop out, they're just instantly lined up and shot by the hand cannons. So it's a pretty short life expectancy for these halberdier right now, as the castle is going to be trebs down by these. Is it 9 trebs? 8 trebs now, and also the bombard cannon as well. And GG is called for Adele, and that was an extremely exciting game 1 of the tournament. And I'm kind of none the wiser as to who either the players are, but I think what I can say is that this is a matchup between 2 pretty strong players, to be honest, Paradox. This is a really high level performance from both.
It does feel like it. I just can't work out if the monastery is a red Terran. It's got to be a red Terran.
I don't think. I think if that was Atten, I don't think it can be Atten, just because he wouldn't do the same thing again after being ragged on for doing it the first time. Surely not.
That sounds exactly like something Atten would do.
Maybe, but also the monk micro was super clean, and I don't know how
it did look good.
Yeah. It could be Boo, honestly. It could be Boo. I'm not sure Boo would ban both water maps though, unless he was trying to disguise his identity.
No, it doesn't seem like a Boo draft.
No.
But Boo is one of the more complete players, so to speak. That's kind of happy with playing on multiple maps. Let's take a look at the stats.
Yeah, let's have a look. APM is pretty high for both. Very high for both.
59 and 73. There's not a lot of people that are going to do 70s.
No. That is a very high APM. The conversions, 31 conversions. I don't know, I guess I expected more, but actually, to be fair, there was a long period where it was just the threat of the conversions rather than the actual conversions, which was the real problem there for Brum. Oof. And yeah. Brum,
any first guesses, then?
I need to see more. Although I know that they're going to be high level players. That's the thing. This is really like two of the top 6 I think we're seeing here.
I have a guess.
You got a guess? Do you want to say
Dicky
it, or
versus,
you want to hold on to it?
Dicky versus Devoid.
Dicky versus Devoid. Dicky is Adele.
Yep. Dicky Adele confirmed.
Would he go for that level of monk play? Maybe he would.
Yes.
Okay.
And does he have Monk Michael? Yes.
Dickie confirmed. Dickie confirmed.
Dickie confirmed.
So Brum takes game 1. Or Darvoy, potentially. And let's have a... Thing is Richard going to place that monastery?
Dickie's a troll, man. Don't underestimate him, okay? Don't underestimate him. Either that, or he's thinking the exact same thing as Atten.
Okay, so this does mean that now Adele gets to pick her home. Also, is it a Richard draft? Like there's Arabia, Land Madness, and Chaos Pit.
I mean, it's difficult to say because no one. I don't think a lot of
Yeah.
people know what a Richard draft looks like realistically.
True.
But I would still say they're still fairly standard maps, which Richard is probably going to feel comfortable on.
Yeah.
But I really would have expected another closed map. I'm not entirely sure. Like, the draft doesn't scream it for me, but the gameplay kind of does.
The gameplay, yeah, fair enough. That's fair enough.
And it's going to be hard to identify where a Richard draft is, I think.
Ooh. Well, game 2 is Adele's pick, but this might actually lean into your theory. I've seen the map that they've picked.
Okay, I'm just dropping it just now. Ooh, it's RF.
RF.
And fairly straightforward picks.
Yep.
So in Spanish, get played on Amazon Tunnel. Leaves Bohemians for here, and Cumans picked first for Brum. Obviously an RF pick. Can't really see Cumans getting played in any other map. And one of the top tier civs on RF.
No, I think it's got to be right. I am actually paused at 5 seconds.
I'm paused at 10.
Perfect.
Why are you changing it up on me, Walt?
Oh, sorry. Okay, 10 seconds. Right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and here we are. Game 2 of this series. Adele, the loser of game 1, has picked Brum's home map, which is Regicide Fortress, and has got the first pick of the entire draft, Bohemians, on it. Brum is playing as the Cumans, another very strong RF civ. And yeah, I think we're going to see some more fireworks here, Paradox, because these are two heavy hitters in the draft.
Yeah, and kind of key details you're going to look for in RF in the very beginning. Both players lure in with the scout.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing, because you can just stick the scout into the castles, get to regen some HP. Although the boar layer for Adele leaves a little bit more to be desired.
Yeah, slightly out of the way there, isn't it? Doesn't really make too much difference. Oh wow, and actually, yeah, this is the RF thing. Goodness me, Humans have to feudal age instantly. That's kind of crazy to see, actually.
Yeah,
Bets
and
on
look at the risk
Ooh.
that the Brum did, with the scout. Didn't regen any HP after the first one, and was down to one more hit there. Whereas Adele actually went into the castle, to regen some HP before going for the second boar.
It does
so
actually,
Brum's a confident player.
Yeah, Brum's confident. I think, and I mean, I think Brum is a very good player because I think Adele is a brilliant player in her own right. So to be able to beat Adele in that first game, I think Brum will have a lot of confidence because he knows that he's up against a strong opponent and has emerged victorious. So yeah. Feudal Age in now, second 2C, straight away, building with 8 bills, that's the perfect number. Brum knows what he's doing.
And in the back, on the main gold, looking really nice, and the base is really nice for Brum. Has that gold in the back, Has a castle in the front, and even stone behind the castle is pretty nice. But what a bit different from Adele does have a stone forward, but should be able to defend the position. At least the golds also in the back and also the castle forward. So it is kind of nice that both players have castles forward.
Oh
Just
my
kind of a lot more fair.
Okay.
It's Cumin. It's a Cumin scout.
Oh shit.
It's faster. But it doesn't take a lot of damage. Oh my god. It just says just run into the castle range, you're good.
Oh god. I thought it was gonna be I thought that King was gonna run into the tower fire or into the castle fire, but I guess it can't quite be hit by the castle. Mihai, indeed. Adele trolling a little bit there with the King. Oh my god. And now the King goes to rest in that watchtower there. So yeah, both Kings going back home. And I think that's enough of a panic attack for the early stages of this game. Adele's on the way up to feudal age now with 22 population. I think she'll be fine to click up the castle pretty shortly after, although the food count is a little bit low, isn't it? Might be tough. Might sell
for Adele, I mean, still get 8 farms working, right? Got the wood for the buildings, gonna build it with the villagers on the wood. If anything, I guess we're gonna sell some stone, yeah. We'll get 3 villas on stone.
Yeah, I think they're selling 100.
We get 8 farmers, 4 on berries, yep. Market, blacksmith. Sell 100 wood, let's see.
Yeah, 100 wood as well, that's a classic. Angie that's doing that. Maybe Richard does as well.
Or have they made the calculations to get 1 more round trip here with the Bohemian Villas?
Ooh. Do you know what?
Honestly, you don't need to sell anything.
No, that is absolutely...
This villager's got the 10 gold.
Like, down to the second, that is the perfect build order. Adele is cooking here. Like, that was
like,
solid. 3 seconds saddle CC time.
It was pretty nice.
So, okay, Paradox. As Bohemians, in recent times, we've seen the rise in popularity of the swag wagon, the Hussite wagon. Is that the play here against the Kemans?
Well, we'll get 5 on stone, right? So maybe we just make swag wagons, the food trucks and Castle Age, out of 2 castles. They are... I mean, they produce relatively fast. We could petard in, and Cumin's just going to be stuck in feudal age. And then what do Cumins really do?
That's the thing. Like, the Cumin boom is really strong, but yeah, there's nothing behind this right now.
On the Hussites, they eat buildings as well. They're actually very good against buildings now. Once you have the numbers, and that king is in a tower, and that is a pro thing to do.
Yeah.
Because if you make a unique unit, you don't want to put it in the castle. You eject the castle before you know your king is forward and it dies. We've seen it happen before, but in this instance, Hussites maybe could do something interesting if they go straight for the tower.
Definitely, yeah. Will they know that it's around the back there? It's hard to say. Here comes the castle on the hill.
Well, the scout is out. Doesn't really have a good view of Brum's base. But the scout from Adele is going forward. And might try and take a bit of a look.
It's going to miss the castle.
Yeah, so we won't have a total idea of what's going on, huh? And actually a TC in the back from Adele as well.
Ooh.
Huh. So not like an all-in like kind of play. What is interesting?
It's a bit of a mix and match, isn't it? I feel like the castle and the TC are slightly at odds with each other. Also, the castle isn't actually threatening all that much of Brum's base, right? The Kemans, they're in feudal age, so you don't have to worry too much about the castle being denied. The but it's been placed on that hill there, so obviously very, very good tactical position for the castle. On the hill, hard to push back, but if Adele wants to go for the early push, it's not in the best place, and it's clear to me actually now that she doesn't want to go for the early push at all. She's just placing that castle, now going back to stone, and it's going to go for a monastery, and got 2 TC build production. So, oh, she's kind of caught in 2 minds, I feel a bit here, Paradox.
You know what I'd love to see from Adele? I don't know if they're doing it now, and it's making one Hussite wagon and then putting it in the castle just to have the flag on top. No, they ejected it.
Oh, that would be brilliant. There, here it comes trundling forward, and Adele will see this. Oh, sorry, Brum will see this. And Brum actually running into the castle, so he sees the castle as well. It's Keeman Scout like Neo, dodging the bullets.
And like, now as Brum, you're wondering like what is going on, because I've seen one Hussite wagon, I've not seen any more. The strength of Cumans off this feudal kind of boom is to go for the faster imp.
Yeah.
And Brum
is
just gonna click it instantly.
Okay. Jesus.
And Adele is adding more TCs and booming.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of dangerous, right? Here, imp is on the way, as you said. And that was like a 1430-ish Imperial Age click, which is kind of ridiculous.
Well, it's Brum. The clue is in the name. Of course it's going to be fast.
Brum is zooming. Brum is zooming. Brum's been practicing. Yeah, I mean... And Brum actually now just looking around the walls of Adele's base, trying to find that pesky flag on a tower, knowing where to hit. Knights on the way. And I guess we just see Trebs and Knights, right? Is that all? Is that all you need?
Yeah,
Some
let's see.
Where
is the monk going from Adele?
Yeah, the monk took a scenic route. Gonna drop off the relic in the castle. Figured out. Actually, need to go to the monastery for that one.
And no relics even collected yet, so that's going to be the first one. Nothing yet from Brum either, but actually 2 of the relics in a really nice position for him. And I guess the same for Adele. Adele's got that one way up in the north, which she could also go for. Adele's got pretty good map vision, still just picking up some scouting around the map.
Mm-hmm. Really nice work from, like, I love that build order from Brum actually. So he went for Market Stable as the 2 buildings. Now, only now adding the blacksmith. Obviously, just cheaper human stables make that a little bit more of an easier, affordable option to click up to Castle Age. Now, imp on the imp arrived, sorry, at 1728. And the trebuchets are coming forward. Yeah, so is Adele gonna be shocked by that? Let's see. No sort of real response just yet. Wheelbarrow actually clicked, so in no rush to sell all the stone or anything drastic like that. Just gonna bide her time. But as these trebs come out and start working away on that castle, which they probably can't quite do from inside the walls, Adele will have to just sort of think of a game plan here, because it's going to be tough. And also, actually, Adele's just there with the scout, scouted out to tower for Brum, where the king is. So that's pretty good to see.
It's gone, but that opportunity is gone. But we'll know it's there. Maybe for future reference would be nice.
Yeah.
Like Adele is committed to the boom now.
Yeah.
We're just going to know how much they're going to like invest in repairing this castle.
Hmm. The outposts.
Look
at this
vision. In the bank. Oh yeah, the vision's insane. See everything, jeez.
They'll buy us a bit of food for some gold. Brum actually sells food. 3 trebuchets can... Oh wow! Never mind, actually, the trebs can easily range that castle from inside the walls of the base.
And like, even if the Hussite wagons are there to like tap away at them, like you've got 9, 10 knights to come out and just wreck them, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's no way. Like, this castle, I think, is going down. And it's a bit surprising to me that Adele's actually placing another one so close to the base again, because she's seeing what's happening to this first castle and goes for a second one. Obviously, Brum hasn't got this in active vision just now, but it's a bit of a risk. And here come the knights forward. So 4 trebuchets, and how many knights have we got here? 12 knights.
Well,
are going to
plus
charge
4
forward and...
armor.
Sorry?
With plus 4 armor as well,
With
so they get inside the base.
Yeah.
Good luck stopping them.
Okay, in click now. So Adele has just 3 minutes to wait before she can go for her own imp upgrades, and the knights are hovering precariously near to that castle foundation. Castle for Brum is coming down now. This is going to be... this is so dicey for Adele. She's going to be in real trouble.
Those trebs were so close to spotting that castle on the left-hand side. It was like 2 tiles out of range, like of the line of sight. So Adele getting slightly away from there, but now the castle at home is getting chipped away on, and I love the Brum from that initial castle push. Saved up for 4 trebs. No trickle trebbing, so that's someone that watches T90 content for sure.
Okay, castle falls. And
we're gonna have to see some godlike stone walls here.
I mean, are the vills actually sent early enough? Adele, you've got to tap those tiles, baby. There's no way. There's no way. And the king is in that tower.
Oh, but the house wall's behind. So we'll kind of slow things out. I don't know if there's a gap between the barracks. Yes, there is. If you get plus 4 there, I think you can dive.
Oh, 100%, right? I think if Brum wants to, I think the thing for Brum is he's not scouted that tower where the king is, so doesn't quite know where to go in the base. But if he saw the flag on that tower, I think he'd just make a beeline for that and try and finish the game off here. Goes for TC instead. Is that the MTC? No, it's not. So no worries there for Adele in that regard. But still, this is obviously a very precarious position. The pikemen are coming out 5 barracks at a time.
Barracks are being lost as well, though.
Yeah. And no halberd upgrade on the way, and the kipjacks added in behind to make these pikemen just a little bit tricky to use now suddenly.
Yep.
Because kipjacks are going to do so much work against them. I think this is just falling apart here. Guard tower tech for Adele, but what can she do in this position?
King snipe?
Yeah, but
it's
with
actually,
what army? And that's the thing.
It's actually realistically probably the only thing you can win this game with.
Okay, so
if
guard,
like
guard tower for the kipjacks, I guess is the play.
Like, we've got the bomber cannon and the treb working away on the castle in the middle now from Adele. Imagine like 10 Hussites sneakily going for your base.
Brum can see the flag on the tower and the right hand side of Adele's base. If he notices that, he can just surround that and I think win the game.
Yeah, and getting armor for the kipjacks might even be like wait for the last one and then target the trebs on the tower potentially. But it's honestly it's very difficult to like if you're like an RM player and like the regicide function isn't something that's normal. So you're not always looking for it in that
Look at this bait. There's some vills garrisoned inside this tower, so Brum is surrounding that, trying to go for the king snipe. But the vills just pop out, and there's no king there, so Brum is forced to search farther afield. But Adele has now given the game away a little bit that the king is garrisoned inside the tower because there's still this lonely tower over here. Okay, it's being targeted by the chest now. Will Brum go for that? This could be game over.
Send the kipjacks.
No, the knights turn around. What? The trebs
and even
up.
unpack the trebs. Yeah.
Brum, where are you going, man? Okay. Meanwhile, there's trebs coming down. There's trebs attacking the castle for Adele. For Brum, sorry. In Adele's trebs attacking Brum's castle in his base. And a bomb
Nothing
backhand as
supporting it,
well.
no.
All the knights run
Yeah.
home to deal with this threat.
Yep. I mean, there's still got 17 kept jacks forward. There's no problems coming to deal with at the castle. It is going to stay up. And Adele
GG is called.
singing her last song in this game.
Oh.
Brum wasn't off.
Yeah, I mean, the thing for Adele there is that I feel like she just didn't quite commit to one or the other. She went for a really nice play, really nice build on the fast castle time was super solid. 22 plus 2 down to 3 seconds idle TC time. And then when it came to it, went for the forward castle, which was actually not that far forward, and didn't go for too many Hussite wagons. So yeah, like the slower boom, humans were in their element, had a super nice fast feudal into fast imp, and that they just played the map the way that humans play it. Like, yeah, it was textbook. So yeah, Brum even more is confirmed to me as a very strong player, and is going to be a real force in this tournament.
3 minutes 26, 14, 17, and 17, 28. Sheesh.
Yeah, like that is nuts. that is really, really impressive from Brum there.
I think Adele just mind gamed himself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
And they've now given himself a pretty big task to come back. Could be the first reverse sweep.
Yep. In the qualies, obviously, we saw a lot of one-sided sets because that's the way that the seeding works. I mean, the seeding obviously is going to create one-sided sets, but now in the main event, really strong players. All of the players are super strong. I do not expect we're going to see as many 3-0s, and Adele did use one of her opponent's home maps there. So despite picking Bohemians first, obviously I think she'll be disappointed to lose that one, but she does have maps which theoretically she's more comfortable with on her side. And yeah, should be ready to give it her best.
Land Madness or Chaos Pit would be expected then. So for Land Madness, it should just be a pretty clear cut Frank's pick from Adele. One of the top tier civs there. And then we discussed for Brum, likely going to be Gujaras or Chinese. And then Chaos Pit would likely be Poles. And we don't really know what would be Chaos Pit for Brum. It would either be the Chinese or the Koreans, or maybe Koreans. I'd like to see Koreans in Chaos Pit if we got it.
Yeah. I think if I was Adele, I would play Poles on Chaos Pit against whatever and just see what happens, because that also will narrow down the civs on the other maps. If they do use Chinese, for instance, you know, it's a bit of information about what's happening on that madness. And Poles are just a super strong civ for that map.
I think for Land Madness, so it's very kind of clear cut. Like, you're gonna play Franks, and you're probably gonna be up against Gujaras, so you can kind of know what to expect. I think Chaos Pit's a little bit more of an unknown. So there might be that. You get that one map out of the way. It could be Chinese, but I doubt it.
Okay, Paradox.
Should we see?
Let's see.
Scroll down. Okay, it looks like Land Madness. We still get yellow picked for Brum.
Okay, I'm at 10 seconds. This is going to be a very interesting game.
You want to count us in?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. It's make or break for Adele here. She is on the brink of exit from GB Hidden Cup 2. And she's playing as the Franks against Gajaras on Land Madness. And this is obviously a little bit of a heart-wrenching matchup for the Franks, I feel. I don't quite know what Adele is going to make of this. Because I feel like the Gajaras are so strong here, but Frank's obviously very strong as well. But yeah, I think this is not the matchup that Adele would be hoping for.
Maybe. I mean, they both have stuff going for them, right? And actually, Brum had a little bit of a mishap at the beginning there. Tried to wear the board. It did not follow, which is also just not ideal. I mean, Gajaras, you do get the extra berry pushes, but you need to have the sheep inside of the mill, and there's only 4 inside of there.
Ooh.
So let's see. The Camel Scout's obviously really nice for Gajaras.
Yeah.
Especially when you go into Feudal Age and you have all that HP. But Franks are Franks at the end of the day. You have 2 patches of berries you can use. You get the berries underneath the TC. You're going to have the really nice scouts as soon as you get into Feudal Age. And you're going to have the nice farms as well. So, like, Franks can get it done, for sure.
Yeah. Also, they have the... So I feel like the thing with Gajaras, like, feels like the best way to counter them is to go for pikes. Right, because they struggle against that. It means they've got to go for some archer units, which isn't their sort of dream composition. So I feel like we could see some pikes from the Franks do quite well. And the economy for Franks is just such a nice thing, right? The Gajara sheep is somewhat offset by the fact that the Franks get those free farm upgrades. So yeah, let's see, but it's so much more awkward, I think, to play against a super strong camel civ like that when you're Franks.
Let's see. Let's keep an eye on res collected as well, and I'll be interested to see what the kind of differences is as the games go on. Like, I think if Castle Age and Gajaras are in a decent position, I'd probably like to have Gajaras, but I think for the earlier parts of the games, I would just prefer to have Franks because they're super smooth.
Yeah, definitely. And Adele, I think she'll hopefully, she'll be hoping to get a lot of damage done early on in the game. It seems like that the way these two players play kind of fits that same sort of mold, right? Obviously on Amazon Tunnel we saw Brum go for the Drush, but later on into the game it became clear that Brum was very patient and calm and collected. Didn't mind waiting for as long as necessary to get the job done, whereas Adele was keen to sort of put the foot on the gas. I think in this game, Adele's going to really have to take that playstyle up to its limit and really try and punish the Gajaras before we get into some kind of very extreme sort of camel situation that is just impossible to come back from. The other thing to mention there, Frank's throwing axeman is a strong unit for Adele here, and the cheap castles, it might be something we actually genuinely see.
Yeah, if they get to that point, for sure, I can see it becoming something you would see in this matchup. Just, man, 19 pop bloom from Brum, 20 pop bloom from Adele. This is old school.
You think it's Richard?
I don't know, but 20 pop bloom is kind of, no disrespect, it's kind of slow. And it's not something you see a whole lot of on Land Madness anymore, in all honesty. And I think, don't know how many deer, I think Brum's still working a bit on that first deer patch, but I don't know if they pushed from another one. And I think Adele just done the one as well. We could see some Nikov walls in this one from both of them.
Ooh, yes. We didn't talk about the bases much at all, but yeah, you definitely can wall off your base here. for both players, actually. Okay, and Futilage, sorry, comes in for Brum, and obviously we see the stable added straight away. Adele will add her own stable shortly after this. Ooh, I think you're right, Paradox. It does feel like this, like, Online Madness often, if you can be the aggressor, get forward with your scouts first and really start to cause some problems, it does just mean that the balance and flow of the game goes in your favor. So that extra population worth of time difference will maybe come into effect. Obviously, though, Spearman out on the field now for Adele, so the first Camel Scout isn't going to be able to get too much value straight away. But yeah, massing up those numbers. And actually, oh my god, I love Brum. Camel Scouts! Let's fucking go. I told you this is a good plan. And Brum is doing it now. Camel Scouts and Land Madness.
If I could just make 2 of them though, then go into Scouts, right? I mean, they are expensive.
I'll take it.
And like,
that's all you need.
You can't actually produce anything else now because we're getting Horse Collar as well. We did click up in 19 pop with Bloom, still mind you. And yeah, Spearmen and Scouts are now coming out. Let's see if they can pull this off. I kind of, yeah, I don't. I think you have enough from like the initial Camel Scout. I don't know why would you add the second one so fast.
Well, this is my big thesis in Land Lubbers tournament. Like, when your opponent's going Scouts, having 2 Camel Scouts is just nuts. Like, they're so good against Scouts. Like, you can just chase their Scouts around with the Camel Scouts, and there's nothing they can do.
They are slower though, so you can't.
You're
never going to catch up to them if the other player's going to be on the front foot. They're not the best unit for raiding either. I mean, they do have good HP. We'll give them that. And it's just going to be a matter of Brum trying to bait them, right?
Yeah. Okay, obviously the Camel Scouts, they're really not actually that great unit because the Spearmen do fine against them.
More than fine, and if they can get a couple of hits in, and that is like a couple of decent first hits, you can see the HP literally just disappear. Down at 25 HP in one of them already.
And actually, Brum has lost sight of those Frank Scouts who are now running forward. There's 4 vills on the berries, but good reactions from Brum, pulling those vills off berries straight away. They know it's too dangerous there and has the woodline small walled in. Meanwhile, actually, Adele's going to take some damage on her own berries here. But again, the Spearmen are there to defend. So yeah, just feeling each other out at the moment. Trying to spot the weaknesses in their base. Both players. Brum with a slight lead though. No idle TC time actually, which is pretty impressive.
50 seconds.
Yeah, 50 seconds for Adele. Oh, and this wall's only tapped 8 HP. And it's the hole. Aye. This is not good.
Aye.
Focus down the spear.
Yeah, it should get focused down. And the hole is still there.
Oh, there is. There is the hole still there, actually. Has Adele spotted that?
Adele. Love. The hole is still there. I don't think they have. Let's just carry on, pretend like nothing happened.
Okay. A few vills,
Brum is
weak on the mill.
Brum is 0 seconds. Jeez.
Yeah, that is very, very impressive. And actually, wheelbarrow tech very early from Brum. That's interesting to see. And actually for both players.
14 farms on the left. Yeah, I think once you get up to like 15 farms, it's like always a good idea to get wheelbarrow. It's just pure cav. And this middle kind of army from Brum. I think all the spears look like they're defending at home. Is that double range? Double range from Brum now.
Oh my god.
And so actually going double range and not even being on gold yet, to me that's kind of strange. Unless...
What are you even making here? Is it skirms? Surely you're not making double range skirms.
I mean, double range skirms would be... If Adele was trolling the last game, we can comfortably say that Brum was trolling this game. They're going for double range skirms. Okay, they're on to gold now. I don't like being double range and not even being on gold yet. especially when you spent the gold in the Camel Scout, they're just going to be idle for quite some time unless you're just going to add in quite a few skirmishers. But
no skirms even queued up. And you could easily, like, have we got a blacksmith yet? We haven't even got a blacksmith yet, right? So we could have seen a blacksmith instead of the second range. Does feel a bit of a strange build order. 2 range for CA. Well, we're not on the way to Castle Age yet, though. And talking about Castle Age, Adele is actually thinking about Castle Age, and she's going to click up. Brum might have to just keep control of this one, because it feels like he's let his foot off the gas slightly, and Adele's going to capitalize on this if he's not careful.
And like Brum, it's made so many spears, up to 10, got 3 more in the queue. They're like everywhere. Got 4 villagers in the queue as well. And yeah, it's Adele clicked up. And like, adding that extra Camel Scout and Feudal Age as well didn't really get you anything, and just push you further away from Castle Age as well.
Okay, well, gold mining on the way for Adele. Second stable as well, so it looks like she's very content to just play knights here. I suppose even more so now she sees this double range, right? Because I guess the only reason you wouldn't just open full knights is if you're afraid of a big camel play, but I think Brum has kind of shown that he's not too interested in going full camels with the 2 ranges. So why wouldn't Adele go for the Frank Knights?
I mean, will it be double stable or will it even be topped up to triple? We'll soon find out. Triple stable is something that's not entirely unusual.
Actually, 2
I'm
stable,
just
1
loving...
range.
Oh, the range is getting added now, yeah. Just gotta be careful. Didn't add any spears on the way up. Obviously there's archers out now as well, but it's not even fletching on them. And most of the res is fine. Might just be trying to wait for Castle Age and then slam down a TC on the gold.
Yeah, I think that's the plan, right? 600 wood in the bank. Castle Age in now. Fletching actually tech rather than any cavalry upgrades. Still not placed a TC just yet, though. Okay, TC on the gold now.
There it is.
And
yep,
yeah.
Not even rushing it. Well, 1 villager. It's gonna have the knights coming out now. Still has good scout numbers. I'm actually taking a good engagement with a lot of the army doing nothing there for Brum.
Yeah.
And didn't even have a knight there.
Though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trading off the scout HP, I guess, so the knights don't take as much damage. I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
I think it would have been better to wait for a knight or 2.
Yeah. Yeah, and now the camel scout's going to turn into a camel very soon. Actually, there's 3 camel scouts which are about to upgrade to camels in 3 seconds. Brum could just delay this fight a tiny bit and it might help out. Never mind. Takes the fight, and this camel now can no longer fight against 3 knights, backing it down, I don't think. So, the armies are
look at the
pretty
HP
much
in those 2
cleared up.
knights.
Yeah, he has to run back, maybe heal them up a bit later, but never mind.
See the camel micro? No.
Ooh, fletching cancelled for Brum in favour of more camels, I think. Interesting.
Okay, should be seeing monasteries from both, and there's one from Adele.
Yeah, and there's from
okay,
Brum as well.
Brum is 2. Nice. So, second TC from Brum's getting built on the left-hand side, but Adele's already going for the third TC, and there's that farming TC out on the right-hand side from Adele.
Why are we building the TC with 1 bill? Feels kind of strange.
I think you still want the gold income, right?
I guess so, but pull some bills off farms and just make it quicker, right?
Yeah. I mean... yeah, I don't know.
Okay, monks now will heal up this weak knight and also convert some of the camels as well. This is where it gets a little bit dicey for the Franks, right? Because the Gajara camels are so strong, and also 17 to 6 army, right? This is big numbers that Brum has as an advantage, and the knight numbers simply aren't there.
We need some good conversions.
We know Adele can use monks very well. Crossbowman comes in for Brum, I guess designed to take out those monks. A second monastery for Adele now as well. Okay. That gets placed down. The knights just having a little reconnaissance forward. They'll see that Crossbowman's teched by Brum, which will just alert Adele slightly to that threat. See how she responds to that one.
Another monastery. That is how Adele's responding.
Well, okay, the conversion's locked in. The Crossbowman actually turning around. They probably could have carried on forward there, but I guess they were scared of the knights. Don't want to die to those. There's 2 monks out on the field for Brum as well. And they can come and try and cause some conversions for the other side. Oh, the knight's pathing a little bit weirdly. No conversions come through.
Adele gonna be quite happy just to add some monks in the meantime. And boom it out as much as they can. And if they know that Brum's army's at home, it's not going to be attacking their base in the meantime, so they are going to be happy with that. But it's not like they're killing any of Brum's army off right now either. We did get Sanctity for the monks.
Yep. Important upgrade, of course. Making the Crossbowmen a little bit less of a threat. Get the conversions off before the monks do die. And Adele now just adding in a scout cav. I guess could upgrade that to light cav. Obviously designed to take out the monks. The knights charging forward, I think. Oh wow, and actually take out the monk before the conversion comes off. And it could have been reconverted anyway.
I think if you are going to go for that, you just delete it instantly.
Yeah.
If you know the monks are there, I think you just have to delete. There is a nice hill there for Brum.
Oh boy,
monks locked in from both.
Oh my god, Adele's going to take that fight. The conversion's coming through, but actually not that many conversions coming through on those units. And suddenly Adele's army is half the size of Brum's and is surrounded by the camels. This was maybe a bit of a miscalculation by Adele there, because I don't think she can take that. She's turning around, but Adele, you've got to run away. And the conversions now will scare off some of those units, but still, this is a really, really dicey position for Brum. For Adele, sorry, in terms of the army difference. The economy is still looking pretty healthy, but Brum has a big army lead right now.
Look at the difference in the eco-management as well. Like, Adele's been floating 600 wood for the last couple minutes. Brum's been sticking on 13, and look at the wood count.
Nothing.
It's like all the
perfect.
Like it's nothing. Like all the resources are getting used.
Yeah.
Not the food, of course, but the wood, yes.
Okay, 1 conversion for Brum there, and actually Adele gets a camel rider back in return. How's this fight going? Maybe the camels aren't so strong after all, but the Crossbowmen doing a good job picking up the monks, and the camel micro is pretty good from Brum to pull them back and send them forward, just dancing around with those units while the Crossbowmen get their targets. The knights for Adele. Sorry.
Does have good monk numbers still.
Does have good monk numbers, yeah. Has to keep them away from the crossbows though. The Sanctity only goes so far. And actually the knights doing terrible pathing. Running behind the camels without actually hitting anything.
That was not pathing, that was clicking. That was clicking, that was not pathing.
Oh boy.
And the knights,
all the knights
doing ring of roses.
Oh no.
And that's not how you want to finish a series, is it? But I think that didn't look like a pathing issue. That did look like too much clicking going on.
Maybe so. Yeah, I think so. Let's just watch that one back at that last minute. Like, 'cause it looked like the knights. It's like pretty nice knight numbers. 11 knights to 10 camels, right? What? How did it go so wrong there? Like they're fighting the camels, right? And they run around the back to try and escape. That was the issue. They were, like, you know, they were past that very nicely and just ran behind the camels to run away, which meant the Crossbowmen got really nice hits in on them. Obviously, the monks couldn't heal them or convert the camels fast enough, and yeah, just suddenly sort of fell out of control. And yeah, like, and then Adele just scored it straight after that.
I mean, definitely not very happy. Like, Adele still has good eco numbers. This is the thing. I actually got an eco lead.
Holy smokes! Adele, 97 APM peak average.
Excuse me?
Like, that
Oh
is
my God.
rapid. Brum, 89.
This is Dicky.
Like,
this is Dicky.
it actually might be, you know, it actually might be Dicky. But that means Brum is seriously strong player. Because 3-0ing Dicky is not many players in the tournament level.
Salter says Adele is Hallis. I'm actually getting some Hallis vibes from Brum as well, though.
I actually think Brum might be Hallis, honestly. Pretty, like, non-committal draft, you know, wasn't too fussed about what they played. Didn't want to play Neom. Oh no, she picked Neom. Picked Neom. That's the one thing though. Yeah, but sniped away Arabia from Adele. Really cool and calm and collected on Amazon Tunnel. Maybe we just saw Hallis against Dicky there. Like, it's hard to, obviously it's the first game, right? So we might be saying that for everyone, but it does feel that we saw two very strong players. That much is for sure.
And the thing for Adele, for me, is that range of APM. There's not a whole lot of players that can have a range like that.
No, absolutely not.
Banji says he's not sure if Hallis would pick RF as a home map. If he would definitely pick humans number one. I will say that for Hallis.
That's what I think as well, right? He also had Chinese in his back pocket. I think we saw how this played Chinese against Young Panda on RF. So I don't know, man. I think we might have just seen Hallis there.
I'm getting those kind of vibes, you know, for sure. I'm getting those kind of vibes.
Okay.
But Brum driving on to the next round.
Brum drives on, and Adele's rolling in the deep.
Yeah, she certainly is. And the winner is going to be Hermione versus Noel.
I think...
face Dan.
Nice game, sad to be out. Yeah, sad to see you go, Fanji. It's two of only 4 players. No one else can hit their speeds. Ooh. Okay, Dan has already narrowed it down. What have we got? So tomorrow we have... Oh, tomorrow we go to James Corden versus Liam Gallagher.
Ah, Jesus. Jimmy.
The prick off. Richard Steakhouse and Divoy, but it's not Divoy. Ooh. I mean, imagine if Hallis was Adele.
Nah, it's not.
Surely not. But that would be crazy.
Can't be, right? The gameplay doesn't scream Hallis to me.
I guess Richard does love his monks. It's just that tunnel
does,
game is like who would play a Boo, you know? Like that feels like a Boo tunnel game.
No,
but he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't actually do that.
He's also just not that fast.
Oh really? Okay. I think it must be Richard. It must be then. I think that's a good call.
I guess it's good.
Yeah,
it's good for people to know about the scheduled times are all on the Wikipedia page as well. So the times are all there for when the series are getting cast, not when the series are getting played. If anyone's confused.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. we got a game tomorrow, and then it's Wednesday. There's no game, but then yeah, every day after Wednesday this week, we'll be finishing off the round of 16. So Brum makes it through to the quarters, and actually bagged some prize money, right? £10.
I think it's a tenner, yeah.
Tenner doubles every round from the quarters.
Hang on. Go back to it. Is it really £10? To me, that looked like. Oh, Brum. Yeah. Brum's getting it. Sorry, Adele's getting nothing.
Adele gets nothing. Yeah, Adele's getting nothing.
Sorry, Adele.
Adele. Yeah. I'm really excited because I think that game has set the tone, because the standard of play is going to be really, really high in these series, and I think that like the way that tunnel game played out, and also the Land Madness opening with both, just I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a pretty strong tournament based if all the series are like that.
They were good games, man.
Really good games.
It's a very, very strong start.
Games are very solid for both players. Exactly. But yeah, that is the end of the action for today. I'll
play the trailer.
Play the trailer. Okay, I'll play the trailer, and then we will see each other again tomorrow.
Again.
I'm Hermione Granger. And you are?
I'm Danny Dyer. Playing hard men and acting tough has been my bread and butter. But now I've got a new role. I'm going to be tracking down some of the most feared men in the country.
No, I've always thought I was godlike, from the day I was fucking born.
Well, I've never heard of you.
I'll be up to my nuts in some guts.
I didn't even know he was here. I didn't know he was here. I don't know where he is.
Fuck up. Get out!
Everybody just fucking calm down.
Oh, listen, don't mention the war. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it all right.
Come on.
Challenge. Begin.
What have I got myself into?
Oh, I'm fucking shitting myself.
I love that trailer so much. And yeah, that was the first day of GB Hidden Cup 2. It was Team Effort Copium, yeah. All the credit for DeGast there, like that was really good job from DeGast. I'll leave it there. Thanks very much, Paradox, for the co-cast, and I'll see you all. And thanks everyone for watching, actually, and thanks for the subs and follows. Yeah, I hope that has whetted your appetite for the tournament, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for more action. Okay.
It's not a phrase,
Bye-bye.
mate. That's not a phrase.